Oops. Oops. Off net. You know I love you. Ha! No matter what you do. Come on. And I hope you understand me. Every word I say is true. Cause I love you. Oh, I'm thinking about you. Ha! Trying to be more of an analyst to you. Ha! And I don't have many riches, but we're gonna see it through. What's up? What's up, my people? This is ShowBizz, don't. All right, man. Look at who we have here. Who do we have up in here? Louis G. What's going on with you? Jemiah. What's going on with you? Brett. Oops. All right, man. Look, first, I want to say this. Bob Arum, Black, two sugars. Hey, happy Sunday to all you guys. We had a fantastic fight last night, and we got a lot to discuss. Hit the Tyson bell. The title of this live stream is The Truth About the Charlos, and that's the Black, two sugars, Bob Arum. Yeah, right on time. You right on time. I thought I paused for a second. You know how it is. Tony, what's going on with you? Good morning, Sunshine. What's going on, all my people? Who else is out there? Nigel, right on time. My man said Coke. He just an asshole. Brett, what's going on with you? I keep thinking my phone crashed. No, that's me. That's me. Shadow, smash your like. Yeah, everybody, please smash your like. Everybody lost money. I know I did. I lost $100. Thank goodness. You guys saw I was about to put $500 on BUSR.com. Go to BUSR.com/ShowBizz. Place a bet on your favorite fights. I was just about to, I tried to put 500. They said, nope, nope, you lost 5,000. Hold on one second. I put 100 down. Not that big of a bag to lose. Uncle Dave, what's going on with you? My first time betting and I lost. That's all right, brother. I lost good money last night. It's all good. Bias Biz, LOL, Dusty Cole. What's going on with you? Happy you enjoy the show. Let's see. BUSR.com/ShowBizz. Place bet on your favorite fight. Promo code BIZ100. All right, man. Look, first we got to talk about, now we got 200 people in here. Everybody hit the like button. Let me see. What do you say? Someone said something about voice. Hold on. Voice kind of jumped out at me. Yo, voices. What did I see? Anywho, Biz, you lost 5K. Yeah, I lost 5K on Conor McGregor. Keep that ears on Conor McGregor. Yeah, I lost 5K. On this fight, only lost $100. Castano can fight. Oh yeah. I told you he has great defense. That's why but he didn't fight how he usually fights. He usually more overwhelming with his punching output, but he was boxing more last night, and that's what we got to do against Jamel. Don't give him two opportunities to catch you in a trade. Charlos overrated. I don't know. No one really likes the Charlos, so I don't know if he's overrated when most people don't even like them. They think they suck. Hit the Tyson bell. He's not pound for pound top 10. Nobody considers them overrated. All they're called is overrated, and that they suck and that they stink. And if anybody say anything in their direction, you're biased or you know what I'm saying? So I don't think they're overrated. They actually considered as two guys who suck. They're called the Charlos sisters. I don't think anybody ever really considered them except for me. I think me and a handful of people think that they're pretty good. But most people think they suck. Let me see. I like both Charlo Flora, Castano. All right, man, look. So let's go over the fight. The reason why I sung that song at the beginning is I cannot believe, like I said, I love you no matter what you do. I love my community, but I can't believe how the community turned over on me. War Room. I've never been so shocked, appalled, surprised, and honestly disappointed. J Body. Let me see. I was there, and Mel should have been a little more active. Yeah. But when two champions fight, that's how it should have went, in my opinion. Yeah, I think it was a fantastic fight. But I cannot believe how unbiased, straight to the point I've been for years. So, and just turned over on ShowBizz. That's all it took. I was greatly disappointed, but that's okay. I love you guys, no matter what. We're gonna bring the light in. Now, I read the comments. I could not believe it. I couldn't believe it. Thank you so much for the super sticker. Hit the Tyson Bell. Look, they're both elite fighters. Absolutely great comment. And let's go over the fight a little bit. We're only 5 minutes in, so it's perfect. So in discussing the fight, I want to say this. When I was calling the fight last night, we all saw it the same. But when it got to the 9th round, we all saw it the same. I had Jamel down 3 rounds, and he had to win all of them for a draw. ShowBizz, a better way of boxing television. Thank you so much. Hit the Tyson Bell. Yeah, 117, 111. No one agrees with that. No need to bring that up. No one agrees with that. That sucks. 117, 111 sucks. Nobody agrees with that. Let's throw that out the window. Let's talk more, like analysts here. Let's talk real boxing. No need to cry baby over somebody who sucks. Okay, let's not cry baby over that. Let's talk about what actually happened. Now, when it got to the 9th round, I had Jamel. We all had Jamel down 3 rounds. The unofficial scorecard, he was down 3 rounds. I said, Jamel, you got to knock him out. Or, because I couldn't see Jamel winning all 3. If he does, it's a draw. Right? Y'all were right there. It's so funny when I'm calling it live. Y'all were right there in the war room. I'm calling it. I'm looking at y'all. Calling it, looking at y'all. And me and the unofficial judge, we disagreed on 2 rounds. One I gave to Jamel, he gave to Castano. The other one he gave to Jamel, I gave to Castano. So we ended up in the same spot. Y'all saw me call it live. Nobody had an issue. No one had an issue. Then Jamel won the 10th round and the 11th round. Hit the Tyson Bell. So then Jamel was only down 1. I had it that way. The unofficial scorecard had it that way. I turned the volume down. Rather hear you call the fights. 100K on the way. Thank you so much. Hit the Tyson Bell. This is what drives me nuts. So, Texas Biz, what's going on with you? A draw wasn't outrageous. It wasn't. He was down 1 round. So I said, you got to drop him to win. The most you can do is get a draw. Jamel Charlo won the last round, in my opinion. Up to the 11th, we all had it the same. Jamel was down a round. 12th, I gave to Jamel. I thought he clearly won that round. 12th round, I gave to Jamel. So I said mathematically a 6-6. Nobody tripped. No one tripped. Then when they said it was a draw, I'm biased. War room. That's what disappointed me. Because we called it all together. Bam, bam, bam. And we were all in unison. Except for there were a few people thought Charlo won every round. That was ridiculous. A few people thought Castano. We don't consider those people. Those the 117, 111 people. Close fight. Then the 12th round, I said mathematically it's a draw. When it was a draw, ShowBizz bias. What the hell? Let me tell you how I saw the fight. I agree with the unofficial judge, and I agree with the outcome. It's a draw. It's okay, Biz. It was close, ShowBizz. But to me, Brian did enough to pull it off. Anyways, great fight, and I'm okay with it because we get it back. Absolutely. The PBC is definitely great with it. You see how they're posting Castano like that thumbnail I have. That's from the PBC. They're showing Castano land his shots. They hyping it up for the rematch. That's money in the bank. Just like Jamel Charlo versus Tony Harrison. Tony Harrison wasn't much until the rematch. Right? until he won the fight. Then there was I'm living in your head rent free. All those things became a big fight. He got knocked out. The war room turns fast. I can't believe it. I thought it was close, and overall, it was a great fight night. I did too. I can't believe it. I couldn't believe how much we've gone through with this community. It took one round for ShowBizz to be turned, for the community to turn on ShowBizz. I could not believe it. I'm glad Texas was fair. Me too. But here's the thing. I think it wasn't just Texas. It was Showtime and the PBC, because Brian Castaño is with them. No matter what, they don't lose. Let's call it fair. No matter what, they don't lose. If Brian ended up becoming undisputed, they don't lose. It didn't matter. So they called it fair. So it wasn't really a Texas thing to me. Biz, you added champ rounds and said Charlo got based on your opinion. You can also say generalship, totality of the fight, more punches, etc. Most agree. Now, let me tell you something, Louis. I'm sorry. I am not most. I have never been most. I've never have the way y'all turned on me in this community, Louis. I could have easily conceded and said, you know what, y'all right. Y'all right. No, I've always walked my own path and been me. I think that's why y'all respect me. Okay. Most fall on deaf ears. I can give a damn what most say. I really can care less. I'm looking at what I watched. All right. That's number one. Number two, the reason why I said championship rounds, because that's what I've been watching my whole life when it came to boxing. The championship rounds make a difference when swinging the judges. I've known that for now. I don't know how long you watch, Louis, but if you watch boxing as much as me, I'm not sounding crazy. I've heard that forever. Like I brought up last night, look at Tito Trinidad versus Oscar De La Hoya. I got to break this down for you because people don't watch boxing the way many of us do, okay? And because I could tell in the comments, championship rounds, what is that? I've known forever, whoever win the championship rounds can swing the judges. So I was like, man, the last rounds he won were the last 3 championship rounds. So before they called it, I said, I can see it going for Jamel. I can see it going this way because he won the championship rounds. So if I were to call who's victorious, it'd be either a draw or Jamel since he won the championship rounds. That's how I saw it. But when they said draw, I said good because mathematically, that's what it was, a draw. Hit the Tyson bell. I don't know why people going nuts. It was a great fight. I've seen Castaño legs buckle and Mel let him go. Well, there's a few things we could talk about there. This is my opinion. Charlos are overrated, no cap. Jesus, we'll talk about the Charlos being overrated. I'm on my way. I'm just going to say this last thing. Well, it's a drama show because the underdog put up a great fight. At that point, you win. Okay, when the underdog puts up a great fight, he wins, especially when it's the Charlos. But here's the thing. The best moments of the fight, they shared moments, okay? Louis G, true, I respect your opinion. Just because we disagree does not mean we turned on you. We are just stating our opinions, much love. No, ShowBizz, you're biased towards your race. Look at the comments. ShowBizz, you're biased because you lost a bet. ShowBizz, I can't believe I will ever see the day where you turn biased. ShowBizz, you've been bought up by the PBC. That's what I'm reading. That's bogus. I missed the super chat. Hold on. Don't be disappointed, Biz. You always give an unbiased opinion. People will be thirsty and give you them water, and you'll complain not fast enough. Yeah. I thought Charlo lost, but in the rematch, thank you so much too, James. In a rematch, Charlo knocks him out because he can make better adjustments than Castaño in the next fight. He was fighting not to lose, not to win. We'll talk about that. No war room without me. Hit the Tyson bell. So, yeah, they ripped me one last night. They ripped me one over a very close, beautiful fight. Do you think Mel has some ring rust? If so, Brian did too. You know, so it was even. The guy I wanted to win didn't win, so it was a rig. Right. That's how it usually goes. Now look. Real quick. The moments, let me show you the fight we watched. Real quick, let me show you the fight we watched. and then I'll break down Castaño versus Jamel a little bit. Then I'll break down Jamel. Let me show you the fight we watched. Hold on. Wait a second. I just saw this thing. Hold on. I'm sorry, you guys. Hold on 1 second. Hey, check out. Let me show you the fight we watched. This is what we're crying about. Castaño got him against the ropes. Bam. Right, left, boom. Then Jamel turns around, swings at him, boom. Got him against the ropes. Bam, boom. Knock him back already. That's what we watched. Y'all want to see it again? That's the fight we watched. Look at the fight we watched. This is what we're crying about. This is the Charlo won every round. Castaño beat a bum. That was a slugfest between two warriors. That's the fight we watched, and we're crying. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. That's what disappoints me. Biz, I respect you, but nah, Bry won, Charlos overrated. Okay. I'm confused by your championship rounds comment. Are you saying judges go back and change the scores previous rounds? No. They tend to get skewed by the championship rounds, right? They just tend to get skewed by it. They'll mess around and be like, we're going to give him the fight. Cause this is how they do it. They'll write down what they think. A lot of times they go over with each other. They discuss. It takes a while before they hand in. You would think that if they just write in the scores of each round, if they just write it down, why would it take so long for the judges to turn in a scorecard? Have you ever been to a fight? They sitting there like, man, dude, hey, look, man. Hey, look, I see it like this. Hey, look, overall, I think Jamel won. Hey, man, I think Castaño won. Here we go. It goes like that. Let me see. What crazy biz? Listening to you commentating the score in the end, you had Jamel winning or a draw before Jimmy Leonard did. Yeah, I just explained that though. Yeah, I thought it was a draw mathematically. I thought it was 6-6. But since Jamel won the championship rounds, I thought, hey, I wouldn't be shocked if they gave the fight to Jamel. It's either Jamel won or it's a draw. It's because he won the championship rounds. That's what I was thinking. But it's okay. Don't trip. Y'all going crazy over very little words here. Y'all over very little words. It's a draw mathematically. It's a draw. If I'm going to give it to somebody, it'll be Jamel because of the championship rounds. Like, brother, calm down. Then when you see the result, it's a draw. That's right. I'm happy they got it right. What are y'all going crazy over very little words here. It's very insane what the boxing world does. It's insane. I think it was a crazy slugfest. I think it was a beautiful fight, and we get to see it again for Undisputed. The whole night. Yeah, the night was great. I had Charlo winning 115-113, but I'm not upset over the draw. It was a close fight. Run it back. That's how you should, man, great fight. Run it back. It's not that big of a deal. Now look, I want to say this. The best moments of the fight, as far as the most dangerous moments, was when Jamel had Brian Castaño hurt. Y'all may not think that because y'all can't see that part. All right. For some reason, y'all can't see Castaño was really hurt twice. Castaño was hurt more times, dangerously hurt more times than Jamel. Jamel was rocked to me once when he tried to smile it off. And for a minute, I thought the ropes kept him up. There was a minute I was like, I think the ropes kept him up. That could have been officially a knockdown. But then I saw that he wasn't out. He got buckled, but he squatted down. And then he got up. So it was like, okay, then the ropes didn't keep him up. But there was a minute where I wouldn't even blame the ref for saying that was a knockdown because he leaned on the ropes. But this is my unbiased eyes. People don't see Castaño getting rocked twice. I did. When seeing Castaño getting rocked as hurt as he was, those moments went to Jermell. My thing was this: Jermell was fighting not to lose. He wasn't fighting to win. If he was fighting to win, he would have knocked him down, at least hit the Tyson bell. That's what a lot of people are pissed off about. Jermell had him hurt, dangerously hurt, for like 50 seconds. You couldn't fit it. He was chasing him around the ring, throwing punches from too far away because he was trying to be outside of the right hand of Castaño while he was throwing his punches. He was trying to hurt him and be out of danger. That's not Jermell, but that was Jermell last night. Why? Because Castaño had some heavy hands. It made him concerned. Castaño earned that respect, the respect that Tony Harrison didn't earn. When he hurt Tony Harrison, he went at him. That's the difference. Castaño stung him. That's why a point is never a point. Never. Just getting hit is never just a point. Because it was that respect from Castaño that allowed him to get away from Jermell finishing him. Because Jermell didn't want to jump in danger. All Jermell needed to do was walk him down without punching, get close, and drive some home. But he was throwing punches from far away, chasing him. He could have ran him down. Errol Spence does it all the time. Errol Spence is a beautiful finisher. He'll hit you, hurt you, then he'll run you down. I ain't going to throw punches from back there for what? He run you down, take a step back, bam, boom, keep your guard up, be responsible. He could have stopped him. No, he was fighting not to lose. That's the issue. Psych, I didn't watch it. Can't always stay up 5. My man hit the Tyson bell. Now, let me tell you the truth about Jermell, about the Charlos. And that is a great segue to it, J-Body. Castaño got rocked. I was there, but Mel let him go twice. I even yelled out, put Maul in. Oops. LOL. Great fight, man. Beautiful fight. Now, let me tell you this. Oh, I missed the chat. Hold on one second. Now, that's how I see the fight. Many people may call me biased for that. I had Charlo winning 115, 113, running back. Yeah, I missed the chat. I'm sorry about that. So here's my thing. Here's the truth. This is your opinion, not the truth. I haven't even talked about the truth yet. I'm gonna say the truth now. Now that there's 700 people in here, everybody hit the Tyson bell. I'm gonna say the truth now. The truth now is looking at Jermell Charlo versus Castaño, looking at Jamal Charlo versus Montiel, and y'all can say whatever y'all want because this is facts on a Sunday. Facts Friday came a week early. This is facts on a Sunday morning. Looking at that, Jamal Charlo, the Charlos are very good, but they're not dominant. And that's the truth. That's why the Charlos are not in the league with Canelo Alvarez. Hit the Tyson bell. And it's okay. They don't have to be. But no more am I trying to hear, and I was trying to tell you guys this before. Jamal Charlo is nice. He can give Canelo a run, but he's not in his class. Canelo Alvarez is dominant. I like Jamal Charlo more than Canelo. I tell you, I like Jermell Charlo more than Canelo. But Canelo is more special. He's more dominant. You think Canelo would have hung around with Castaño? Canelo would have rocked and dropped and knocked out Castaño, and y'all would have called Castaño a cherry pick, and that would have been a fight with an asterisk not next to it and forgotten about if it was Canelo Alvarez. And that's the black two sugars. See, here's the thing. Here's the thing. When it comes to Canelo, here's the problem, and here's the truth. The truth is this. When it comes to Canelo Alvarez, a great fight for everybody else is a cherry pick for him. And that's no fair because he's a man like everybody else. A great fight for everybody else is a cherry pick for him. What do you want that man to do? Caleb Plant, cherry pick. Billy Joe Saunders, cherry pick. Callum Smith, cherry pick. All those boys would have beat the Charlos last night. Would have beat Jermell, would have beat Jamal. And that's the black two sugars. The way they were fighting, Montiel, Callum Smith would beat Jamal. And that's the black two sugars. Billy Joe Saunders too. But what's a hard fight, at least a Terribly hard fight for them. What's a hard fight for them? It's a cherry pick for Canelo. That has nothing to do with Canelo's opponents. That has everything to do with how special Canelo is and how dominant he is. And that's the black two sugars. And nobody want to hear that. So busy hating, you don't want to know, you don't want to recognize when you see something special. And that's the black two sugars. Biz, do you agree with Coach James saying that Castaño is not the tightest opponent Charlo has faced? Shout out to you. I agree with the draw as well. Probably. Tony Harrison was giving him fits, bro. Tony Harrison was giving him fits. But, you know, Derek James knew what had to happen. Do you think Derek was a little frustrated? Of course. And Jamel, yeah, of course. I was. We all were. But that's what happens when you're not in the fight. When you're not in the fight, you look and say what I would have done. Biz, most got riled up on your champ rounds comment. Okay, then fine. Don't worry about it. It's okay. It's okay. It's not, it didn't dictate, it didn't sway anything. It's just my championship rounds comment. I've heard it my whole life. But I'm not even crying over my championship round comments. Don't you? Don't cry over it. I'm not. 6-6. I'm not going, hey, the championship rounds, Jamel should have won. I'm not even doing that. Before the judge, before they called who won the fight, I was like, hey, man, I can see a Jamel due to the championship rounds. No, 6-6. Gotcha. Cool. I'm not even crying over it. Why are you? I like the two twins, but I agree with you 100%. 100%. Those the facts if y'all like it or not. Those the facts if y'all like it or not. Now, I'm going to say this. The difference between you and like Max Kellerman and Teddy Atlas with commentary is that you let the viewers comment in real time. You are fair in every live stream. Keep doing what you do. Thank you so much, Sante. That is true. If people were commenting with Max Kellerman and Teddy Atlas, they'd be seen as biased and all that stuff too. Spence had that tag me in coach look. Yeah, he was looking at as soon as he got in the ring in the corner. Derek was like, brother. Errol Spence was pissed off too. The biggest issue for Mel is that he kept trying to fight off the ropes, but as soon as they fought in the center, he was outboxing him. Yeah, Jamel is too impatient to just stick with outboxing. So he felt comfort on the ropes because he wanted to counter Castaño. But Castaño defense is too good, and Castaño didn't fight the way he usually does. He fought in spurts, and that was killing Jamel. He didn't. He boom, 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 boom. He was fighting like better BF. That was different. Threw Jamel off. So Jamel was trying to wait to counter him, and when he looked up, Castaño was done punching. I took that from you. I got you there. Jamel was trying to have it in a phone booth so he can catch him. So maybe I can let him take me into the corner so we can work. All that did was give rounds to Castaño. Charlo wasn't listening to Derek. I don't know why. Shake my head. If he did, could have won. Yeah, EJ is also a better boxer than Charlos. EJ is looking dominant. But I want to say this. Spence needs to stay in the gym and worried about Pat. So Spence can't do anything. He can't even go home, talk to his wife. You know, he can't kick it with his kids. He can't go to the fight, support his boy for a fight. He can't even think about nothing else, just overthink about Pacquiao. Don't have any fun, don't have any recess in between, just overdo it, come in, brain and physically train and have Pacquiao whoop his ass. Come on, man. Pacquiao's worried about being president. He can go to a fight. Pacquiao's trying to run for president. Errol Spence can go to a fight. Don't be unrealistic. Look, I want to say this too. With Jamel Charlo, to me being a very good fighter but not dominant, I want to say this too. It's okay. Let me tell you why it's okay. For both Charlos, but especially Jamel. I'm going to speak for myself here. Are you guys ready? Are you ready? Spence coach was there. Two guys was there. Two guys, right? So yeah, he was probably training them in the back. You guys ready for what I'm going to say here? Hold on to your seats because I see you guys can't really accept too much analysis when it comes to Jermell Charlo, especially if I say something positive. So I'm about to say something positive about Jermell Charlo. Are you guys ready? ShowBizz, it seems like his guys playing that boxing game you thought was finna happen, but it turns out ESPN boxing is the game to actually happen. Now ESPC hit the Tyson bell. Let me know, yes or no. Y'all ready for something positive? Yes or no? Let me get the black two sugars. Hold on to your seats. I'm going to mess around and say something that's not negative about Jermell. Hold on to your seats now. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Look, locked and loaded. We ready? Yes. Okay. Look, Jermell Charlo is not dominant, but I like that. I don't mind. I'm going to speak for myself. I don't mind when a fighter has to claw and scratch his way to the top. I don't mind that. It's inspirational for me. I don't know about you guys, but when it comes to boxing, the Cinderella Man story, beating Max Baer, I don't mind that. Arturo Gatti having his ups and downs, I don't mind that. Vinny Pazienza, Roberto Duran, I don't mind when certain guys are clawing and scratching their way to the top when they're not the most talented guys in the world. Evander the Real Deal Holyfield having his wars and warring his way to the top. I don't mind that. See, you don't have to be the greatest fighter in the world for me to be entertained. Jermell Charlo is going for undisputed. He lost to Tony Harrison on his way, had a rematch and knocked him out. Now he just looked par against a very good, beautiful fighter and Brian Castaño, and they fought to a draw, and they're going to have a rematch. I don't mind that. I don't mind that. A lot of fighters who are very good, like Barrera, a lot of fighters who are very good, who fight above average. They're A minus B plus fighters. There's many of those guys in the world. Danny Garcia, Jermell Charlo, right? Mikey Garcia. There's a lot of those guys out there in the world, okay? But most of those guys don't take the chances Jermell Charlo took. Most of those guys, Boo Andrade, look at his resume. A lot of those guys, Caleb Plant, I love him to death. I love you, boy, but look at his resume. A lot of those guys aren't dominant fighters, but they trying to dominate, so they don't take the chances that Jermell has taken to become undisputed. We love to criticize fighters for not taking those chances. If you lose, you lose. It's okay. But once you get a fighter who does, all you do is say he's overrated. That's the difference. I can look at a fighter and be like, hey, he's not dominant like Canelo Alvarez, but do what you do. You got one life to live. Try to be undisputed, claw and scratch your way, even if you're not the most dominant fighter in the world. That's where I sit on the opinion. That's the truth about Jermell and Jermell. Jermell Charlo, on the other hand, he isn't even taking the chances that Jermell is taking. They're like on the same level, right? Jermell Charlo a bit more vicious, Jermell Charlo a bit more technical. But Jermell Charlo is taking those chances. That's where I sit on it. My sub is on the line here, bro. Please don't double down on this. Okay, well, if I lost your sub just now on how I think, that's just me being a boxing fan. Now you can go, Jobber. You can go ahead and bounce. But that's where I am. Tim Tszyu, That's where I am. Jermell is still my guy, so let's get the rematch. The lack of dominance means his fights will be more competitive and exciting. Exactly. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that kind of guy. I'm okay with that kind of guy. I can watch that guy. I watched Holyfield get dropped by Burt Cooper fight back. Everybody say Holyfield is not Mike Tyson. Is this our champion? He got dropped by Burt Cooper. He lost to Riddick Bowe. Is this our champion? And then when you look at his career, that guy was not that special, Evander Holyfield, but he fought in a special way because he took them all on. I like that. I'm a fan of that. For the community, great commentary last night, champ. Thank you. Rolly versus Tank, Rolly versus Haney. Brother, we'll talk about Rolly in a minute. That no jobbers in the war room, my man. Burt Cooper. You don't remember that fight? Uh-huh. What did Bill say was wrong, Jopper? Hey, I'm just, dude, what I said wrong was I side on the things that are inspirational. That's why I think boxing is the best metaphor for life. I am a bigger fan of boxing than boxer. I'm a big fan of that story. I'm a big fan of what Castano did last night. The fact that he boxed Charlo and didn't throw a punch a bunch. Once he got caught that second round, he changed. He said, forget that. When I get him on the ropes, I'm going to throw volume punches, but not that lengthy of combinations. Smart. I like that in Castano. Now, Castano deserves another fight, another big fight with Jermell Charlo. It's going to be even bigger. People think he got robbed. They had that weigh-in skirmish. Castano was heavy-handed last night. He rocked Jermell last night. If you don't, I love that. I love that. Now, everybody else is talking about politics. Everybody else is talking about Jermell, how underrated overrated he is and stuff like that. I saw a war. Let me do it again. Everybody else saw all those things I said. And I saw this. I saw two guys in the ring warring. I saw this. What everybody else saw was politics. Everybody else saw a moment to argue who was robbed and who wasn't. Everybody saw you're race baiting, because he's black, and because I saw two guys bleeding red swinging on each other for undisputed. That's what I saw. That's the difference between me and a lot of people I read in the comments. That's what I saw. My man said I saw that too. 100%. Do the Derrick James impression again. I saw a great damn fight. That's what I saw. And I thought boxing won. See, I'm in a position where I'm like, many times the fight ends in a draw. It's really a draw. And I watched it judged correctly. I ended saying it's 6-6. Unofficially, they said it's 6-6. The judges, it end up being a draw. Now 117-111, disgusting. But the result, they got it right. Boxing got it right in an undisputed fight in Texas. If we keep building on that and have the judges get it right every time and have these beautiful rematches, these wars, boxing can work its way up at being one of the best sports in the world again. That's what I'm for. Brian beat Spence and Derevchenko and amateurs. That doesn't always translate. It does, though, kind of. But I think a lot of people underrating Castano. He is who he is. Yeah, I know I didn't. Dude is fantastic. Are you not entertained? Hit the Tyson bell. Somebody just said a draw in Texas mean Charlo lost. That's because I understand that is residue from how boxing has been, showing favoritism or whatever. But I think last night was a fight judged correctly. Not a draw means he lost. I'm throwing that negative shadow over things that's actually done right finally is not going to help the sport. Everybody always got something to cry about. That thing was judged right. The result was right. I know, at least for me, when I was done with it, I 6-6. Unofficial scorecard, 6-6. The professionals, draw. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not. How about this? I'm not mad at the draw. Tell them 100%. I don't think people are actually mad at the draw. One bad scorecard doesn't mean it was a robbery. That's right. 117, 111, stop crying. Once again, horrible judge, a horrible card. I said the results was right. The result as a draw was right. That was a bad scorecard. We all know that. Keep saying that is preaching to the choir. Do you want me to keep saying that? Let's just say sex is good. I mean, sex is good. Sex is good. Like, we know that. Why are we going to sit here and that right? That's preaching to the choir. We all know that's bad. What are you talking about? I don't even want to mention it. That's disgusting. How can we be mad about seeing that level of a fight? Because people don't care about being entertained. Okay. It's the politics. It's the politics. Now, look, regardless, we get to see that fight again. I think it was an accurate draw. Either way, it was a very close fight. So it wasn't a one-sided fight. If you think that, then you didn't watch the fight. It was an extremely razor-thin close fight. It all came down to the 12th round, really, which I judged for Jamel. If you judge for Castaño, then you think Castaño won. I judged for Jamel. I think it was a draw. But it was a very close fight, very entertaining fight that ended in a draw. Fine. We get to see it again. What's the big deal? I was looking for Adelaide Bird. Funny. Brother Biz, you should consider getting some mods. A lot of people in here disrespecting black fighters on a racial level. Yeah, but here's the thing, John, pound for pound, the best. I'm not going to kick them out yet. All right, here's my thing. Racism, I'm conceded to the fact that people are assholes. Okay, people love racism. I've conceded to that, John. Hear me out. But hopefully, what I can do in this community, when I think boxing is the best metaphor for life. I told you before, I saw two men in there who bleed red going to war. It didn't matter what race they were in there. For them, forehead to forehead, they were fighting for their lives. Okay. And then when they step out of it, then people start talking race. Okay. But that beautiful moment, race didn't matter. They were fighting. All right. Maybe with me being positive, bringing the light in, not feeding into racism. Okay. Maybe, John, maybe I can help. I can use boxing as an instrument to stop people from being haters, just assholes, and just hate on race. That's really a thing of mine. If I can stand here and be a shining light for the human race and display that day after day on my podcast, maybe it can rub off. Pause. Maybe other people can say, wait a minute, man. He speaks to the best of us instead of the worst of us. Maybe I can bring the light in, let the light in, and maybe we can not be so clouded and dark. Not ready to kick them out yet. Maybe they can go home and be less assholes than they were when they stepped in here. You feel me? What else do we have? Thank you so much. Hit the Tyson Bell. Thank you so much. Sticker, my man. I respect Mel. He fought everyone at 154. Maul ain't. That's the thing. That's the truth. Mel is demonstrating more than Maul. So-called fans keep saying things like exposed, overrated. Champions are supposed to challenge themselves and fight the best competition, right? Hashtag shut up. Yeah, boxing fans are like that a lot. We tend to want fighters to fight the best, and then when they do, we say they're overrated or exposed. I went through this before. I said when a fighter takes on an opponent, before he takes them on, it's a cherry pick, right? Then when they fight and it's a great fight, one of the fighters got exposed. And then after the fight, it's a robbery. It's never positivity. If you think of, and that's what we're going to change here with us letting the light in, coming in with positivity and looking at things clearly, not taking boxing matches personally. We didn't fight last night. So we need to change that and change that negative cloud over the best sport in the world. Before a fight happens, it's a cherry pick. When the fight happens, one of them got exposed. After the fight, it's a robbery. That is the vicious cycle. That's just how it is. We got that with Charlos versus Montiel. Before he fought him, cherry pick. When he fought him, it was a clash. It was a war. A lot of us clapping. Most of us, Jamal was exposed. After the fight, robbery. People think Montiel was robbed because he put on a good fight. That's where we at now. I wish I could change that, but I'm working on it. It could be a draw, but what they saying was 117, 111. That's ridiculous. That's disrespectful. We all know that. We got it. Ali. We know that. We know that, bro. Hey, everybody, I got 2 arms. I got 2 arms. We know that. I don't even consider talking about that thing. It's ridiculous. Who doesn't? Why keep? I'm not a complainer, bro. That's another thing. I hate complaining. Oh my goodness, I don't feel good complaining over and over again. I don't know why people love to complain. Charlo should have went for blood in the 10th. He had Castaño back. Yeah. But he didn't. You want to know why? Because he got cracked throughout the fight. It made him hesitate. He felt the power. So he was throwing punches at from a position that he thought left him out of danger. See, this is why I like Terrence Bud Crawford. That's how he got dropped by Mean Machine. That's how Terrence Bud Crawford gets rocked. Because when you're trying to knock someone out, you put yourself in danger, always. But the great fighters, the dominant fighters, they take that risk. Hit the Tyson Bell. They take that risk. Jermell Charlo should have jumped in closer, took that risk. Go for undisputed. Do it responsibly. I'm not saying swing wildly. Do it responsibly. When you're swinging with that left, cover with that right. Do it responsibly, but be closer. Be in there to throw uppercuts because Castaño was on his way. B is extremely admirable, but tolerating people who've contracted the disease of racism just punishes the people who aren't here for that. Gotta be a base level of respect. Absolutely. But we're going to talk that respect. All right. You don't help people, not all people, by just throwing them away. Some people you can't help, then you throw them away. All right. But if you can be patient, stand here, stand strong, let them be the assholes, and you demonstrate what goodness is, eventually they're going to leave the war room not feeling good. When they know they're wrong and assholes, they're going to leave the war room eventually like, God, I hate you. They're going to look around their room. They're going to see the socks here, underwear here, no girlfriend, no boyfriend, just dishes piled up, can barely pay the rent, look in the mirror, look sloppy, dirty, just a piece of a POS. And they're going to look for the next stream to jump on to release their current situation and hopefully pass the negativity. What you need to do is stand here and block all that negativity, send it back with positivity and shed the light on them. That's what you do. It feels like it's now common that a lot of these huge close fights have the one-sided scorecard. Makes things feel questionable in the sport to me. We're having residue. We're not done yet. The sport of boxing has residue. It started off with slavery in America. You put two slaves up against each other in a pit fight. Whoever win was considered the heavyweight champion of the world. Did you guys know that? You couldn't. That's why Tom Molyneux is the first heavyweight champion in the United States. He was a slave, considered the heavyweight champion, fought for his freedom. He won. Okay. It was always, that's why we in this community keep the culture alive with betting, because that was it. You always bet on the fights. It started from the very beginning. But what happens is when money is involved to bet on fights, right, it gets corrupt. The beginning of the sport wasn't ran by promoters. It was ran by mobsters. So we're still working on making this sport a fair sport. You're going to have those people, right? But we got to make them pay. They got to get fired. They got to get reprimanded. We got to make them pay, because right now, as fans, what we want more than making our hearts feel good and warm, what we should want is for a fair decision. And when a fair decision happens like last night, we should compliment them. Okay? 117, 111, we know that was disgusting. That was disgusting. We got that. Don't come over here with that, though. Go find that judge, go to their Twitter, go to their Instagram, and get on them. Go to Showtime, get on them. But coming to me is preaching to the choir. Let me see. What else we got? I had a 6-6 last night as well. Some people have it 9-3 for, that's ridiculous, just because of the business, but seems to forget Mel's defense was on point last night. I thought it was a fantastic fight. I really did. I thought both those boys brought it. I really did. But that's the fight I saw. Jamel was bigger and stronger. Hurt Castaño in the second round. Hashtag let's go send the a-holes to hell. Hashtag hit the Tyson Bell. Go ahead, stay positive, Biz. Got to. I'm letting the light in today. Okay. I'm on my way to breakfast. I'm letting the light in today. I'm gonna be fine. Agree. Fair description. Yeah. Make them pay, then start calling them out for the robbery we saw last night. Well, you saw last night. I don't mind the draw. I don't mind the draw. But don't call it over here. Don't talk about that judge. That judge is dead. I'm not going to sit here and we ain't going to sit all together and start crying about that. What we already know. We have, our boxing minds are too good. We already know that. Why are we going to talk to each other, keep talking about a judge that was obviously ridiculous? But I like the outcome of the fight, it being a draw. I like that. That one judge couldn't stop the light being brought in. I like the outcome. 75% of people agree with the robbery. I understand, but I'm 100% me, right? So if you guys want to know how ShowBizz the adult feel, that's where I'm at. That's my analysis, and I'm explaining why. And I don't think I'm that crazy, okay? If you think Castaño won, it's not by much, all right? So we're disagreeing on like a round or two. So, feel me? Let me see. Rematch will be epic. I'm looking forward to the rematch. That rematch has to turn around very soon, very shortly, because right now everybody's hot. So if they can announce a rematch date soon, right? Just announce it at least. Big time. The next big fight would be Manny Pacquiao versus Elder Truth Spence. It's going down. It's going down. What do we have? A month? Clarissa Shields at number 2 in your pound for pound shows that you are biased. Who has she beat compared to Usyk when he cleared out the cruiserweight division? Usyk was dominant too. But I think Clarissa Shields is a dominant fighter. Okay, she can't help that she's dominating everybody. Kind of like Canelo Alvarez. She's undisputed in 2 weight divisions too. With Clarissa Shields, if you look at her record and you look at her accomplishments, it is extremely comparable to Lomachenko. There's nothing that Lomachenko did that Clarissa Shields didn't, and Clarissa Shields did it faster. So if you're going to put Lomachenko in the top 3 for what he did, I'm going to put Clarissa Shields for the same reasons in the top 3. Now, that's not me being biased, okay? I'm biased with who? Towards women? What am I biased towards? Towards women? What is that bias towards? My top 3 is Canelo, Clarissa Shields, Inoue. I'm biased towards who? Mexicans? Who am I biased towards? Japanese? What am I biased towards? Women? Charlie. If you compare Lomachenko to Clarissa Shields, same accomplishments. The only reason why you won't put Clarissa Shields up there when you put Lomachenko up there is because Clarissa Shields isn't a man. If Clarissa Shields was a man, she'd be in the top pound for pound list. You know that. Undisputed in 2 weight divisions. Who did Terrence Crawford beat? You'll know that. Now, am I biased? I must be biased towards women then. Or maybe you're biased against women. What do we have? What else we got? Who can she beat on the list? None of them. But I don't think Inoue could beat Tyson Fury, and Tyson Fury isn't even on the list. I don't think Inoue can beat Big Baby Miller. So pound for pound, you know what pound for pound means. Let's get off that. Let's get off that because y'all not even thinking. Let's see. King Juice, what's going on? Tim Suzu, yeah, that dude. Why are you biased though? I don't know why you broke. There should be a separate pound for pound list for females. There is. Let me show you. Clarissa Shields won't beat Estrada, and you can never compare women to a woman to a man. But can we compare Estrada to Errol Spence? Pound for pound means weight. You're just on man and woman. I told you it's going to take a while. It's going to take a while. It took a while for black people to be considered in a as heavyweight champions, right? But white people thought you can't compare black people to white people, right? Years ago. How dare you compare? White people are obviously supreme. That's how they were thinking. That's where we are now with men and women. Why would you compare a woman to a man? A man is, even if women's fighting women, you can't compare women fighting women. That's ridiculous. Women fighting women, you can't compare that to a man fighting men, right? It's going to take us a while, but we're barbaric right now. It's going to take us a while. We'll catch up. Or I'm just progressive. You'll catch up with me. She doesn't have enough fights. Did Lomachenko? She won 2 gold medals in the amateurs, just like Lomachenko. When Lomachenko was top, he only had 12 fights. Lomachenko had 12 fights, top 3 pound for pound. He was considered the best in the world with 12 fights. That's Clarissa Shields. What's the difference? Except for Lomachenko lost 1. What's the difference? Y'all can't do that. Let me tell you the difference. She's a woman, and you can't put women with men because men is amazing, and men are far better. That's what it is. That's all it is, right? Just keep it real. That's all it is. No matter how dominant she is over her contemporaries, she will never be in a rankings with a man because men are so crazily amazing. We're the best. No woman could be next to us. Get away from us. Get in your own little world. My thing is, if you're going to put them in their own little world and they can't be with us, don't call the list pound for pound. Call it men's pound for pound and women's pound for pound. But if you call it pound for pound, then you have to include everyone. That's my argument. I still like Rolly Romero, Dirty Tactics, and all. if y'all like Porter and Maidana, Dirty Tactics, you can let Rolly slide too. Bam, not a bad point. Let her face a man then. You don't understand it. You're not listening. You got so much sugar daddy in your ear you can't hear. Listen, uncloud your brain. Let Inoue fight Big Baby Miller. That's the point of pound for pound. Inoue would never fight Canelo. Never. Why is he even on the pound for pound list with Canelo? Because it's considered pound for pound. So that's a female's pound. What are you talking about? They don't understand what you're doing, Biz, and you clearly told them why. You got her second pound for pound, her compliment. Thank you so much. But it's not about. They're not. I'm not trying. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you this. She was beating everyone in boxing and said, you know, what? I'm gonna go to MMA. She is a beast, pound for pound, number 2. I think so too. But let me tell you something. John for pound for. Thank you so much. I'm happy you agree with me. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you the problem here. I'm fine with my progressive way of thinking. I'm fine. I'm not pushing it on you. Why y'all pushing that on me? And all I'm doing is defending my thought. But I'm not pushing on you. If you're not ready yet, don't consider women. Don't consider them. Throw them in their women world. Don't consider them to stand amongst us. If that's how you think, stay there. But don't push that on me. I'm not pushing my way of thinking on you. That's how I see my list. Don't try to change that. That's how I see my list. You can say you don't consider women at all. Women ain't in a league of men. They can't stand next to each other. Fine. That's where your mind is. I'm not going to change you. Do you? Do you? Do you? You missed my other super chat. Also, Taylor is pound for pound too. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I think Taylor's pound for pound. Prime Ronda Rousey versus Shields. Who wins, Biz? Ronda Rousey, bro. Ronda Rousey. Peace, Biz. I think the draw was correct decision last night. Don't think either fighter deserves to lose their belts, and nobody dominated enough to clearly win them all. That's how I feel. I like that, and they should have another fight. It was beautiful. It was a beautiful draw. What else we got? Okay, Biz. Now I watched the fight. Castagna won, in my opinion. Much love to you. I have no problem with that. I have no problem with that. I can watch. I can listen to somebody's differences and be fine. That's one thing about me. It doesn't bother me. I can listen. You can't put women on a male pound for pound if you can't put a heavyweight on the list anyway. They can't move up or down. Her accomplishments aren't equal to Loma. She never been in a 50-50 fight. Okay. That's what I was talking about with dominance. She's dominant. She's dominant. Sorry, she was undisputed. So she fought all the champions. She fought the champions. She just way better than them. She's dominant. She's moved up weight classes, 3 weight divisions. She did everything she had to do. She just dominant. And when you're dominant, it was just like Roy Jones. I remember Roy Jones. He was just whooping ass. He dominated James Toney. He was just dominant, right? It is what it is. You can't put women on a male pound for pound. That's what I said. It's not a male pound for pound. It's pound for pound. Listen, let me show you. They got women's ratings. Women's ratings right here. See? Women's ratings. Okay? And they got the pound for pound list. And then right here, they have ratings. They didn't say men. They said ratings. When they go pound for pound, they just say ratings. When it comes to women, they say women. So men, it doesn't have to say men. It says ratings. So if you're going to say pound for pound list, I'm throwing women in there. I'm sorry. Now, if you say men pound for pound, all men. Cool. Women, all women. Cool. Pound for pound. But like I said, that's where I stand. You don't have to agree with me. You don't have to agree with me. And I'm done repeating the same thing. It's getting annoying. Pat going to show the boxing world how to finish a hurt boxer coming down. Ha! Or Errol Spence is. It's going to be something. Just skip it, Biz. People aren't thinking or listening. Yeah. They're not. Actually, I'm gonna tell you something funny. They are thinking. They just don't want to give up ground. But when they go home now, right? When they leave the war room, they're not going to give up ground now in front of us. But when they leave the war room, they're going to think. They may tell it to their friends as if they came up with it, right? But they know what I'm saying is mad consistent. They just trying to shake me from it. Why? Because it's something they never heard of. And when it's something that people ain't heard of, they hate it. It makes them scared. Women, with men. Right? Like I said back in the day, black and white water faucet. We can both drink from the same water faucet. Black and white people in the same school together. How? It's gonna take them a while. I don't know, Biz. I think of it as WNBA and the NBA. That's different. That's a brand. Okay. But if you say the best basketball players in the world, if there's a best basketball players in a world list, you're going to have to include women. If you say the best NBA players, just the guys. If you say the best WNBA players, just the women. All right. That's a brand name NBA. It's hard to change it to the MNBA. It's a wrap. If they're going to call it NBA, you're not going to change that brand. But the idea, the concept, if they have the best basketball players in the world, include them both. But I'm done. Y'all not ready, bro. Y'all just not ready. All right. So look, what the F, man? Ignore. Yeah, I gotta ignore these dudes. But they're paying for the super chat. I'm not going to ignore super chats. Clarissa is one of the best female athletes of all time. I agree. Jamal is greater than Jamel. I got it different. I think Jamel is greater than Jamal. I do. Jamal isn't pushing his greatness to the test the way Jamel is. I think Jamel is greater. But at the same time, though, I don't think they're in the league with Canelo Alvarez. All right. So did you guys like the live stream? I won't be on tomorrow. I would definitely be on Tuesday. I have to give away all those giveaway prizes to everybody who won. I have to give those away to everybody. Congratulations to all of you. Jake, congratulations to you. Congratulations to Young King. Congratulations to Brittany. Congratulations to all of you for winning those autographed boxing gloves. ShowBizz for adult. Hold on, one more. Even though Holly Holm found MMA fame, how come she's not respected as a boxer, being a multi-division champion with the 33 and record? I don't know. Hold on. What up, Biz? Thank you so much for the giveaway, my man. I DM'd you. Oh, that's you. Okay. It's always a double standard. If they put Clarissa with men, she would be number one pound for pound. No man is as dominant as she is as a woman. I'm out. Great point.